I want to talk about what we call Pana, the language of one, that language. We teach our children to feel the Pana. We send them to the Pa, the Hula Pa, the Lua Pa, and they learn the Pana. What is the Pana? The Pana is that language that exists between the trees, the animals, that language that we have forgotten, that language that our elders took and made huna, sacred. Keep secret what is sacred. Huna na mea huna. We are the only living things that don't understand that language, except for a very few. But all the animals, they don't speak, they don't talk a language. But they communicate a language that they understand. And that language allows them to know what's going to happen 1,000 years from now and 1,000 years back. Because time does not really exist. Everything happens at the same time because of Pana, that communication. And I'll give you a very simple example. 3 years ago, I live in Kīpahulu, on the opposite side of this island. And I'm sitting inside my house at about 6:30 in the morning. We grew up listening to Pana. We don't really understand it, but we know it exists. And how we do that is because we watch, right, and we stay in contact with the animals. But not only that, because when we look in the mirror, we don't look at us, we look through us. We look into our eyes. And I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, I live in Kīpahulu. Kīpahulu means the invitation of the birds. The birds are beep, 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 all day long. But when they stop, that is the Pana. And so I'm laying there and I hear no birds. And then my horses, right, are very jittery. And the bees are going bzzz, they're not that bzzz. And I think for a second, it just took me a second, and I yelled to my wife, run. The largest earthquake hit us in about 3 minutes. It hit us. Right? It hit us so bad, right, that they closed the road to my part of the island, right, for 2 years. And they had to fix things. The stone walls collapsed, the water pipes burst, and everything. Right? Well, in some places, we call that a disaster. But to us, no, of course not. Mother Earth is just going through her regular changes, and we just have to understand that. But that language that we are talking about, there is that huna, huna na mea huna, that sacred language that is spoken throughout, that rhythm, that vibration. That the animals, the plants, and all we have to do is pay attention to them, and they will tell us what they're talking about. All we have to do is watch them, watch the whales, watch the birds, watch the different migrations that are moving. is not just there, it comes from someplace. And it comes from our connection to some things out there. And the basic connection are the different calendars that we have. The star calendar has a certain rhythm. The sun calendar has a certain rhythm. They're different. They sound different. The moon, the feminine, has a different rhythm. The earth and the rotation of the earth has a different rhythm. But together, although they're different and individual, together they are a symphony. And from then, all the animals and the plants take that and they create their own pana. And we know that. Scientifically, we take these frequencies and these vibrations and these things like that, and we use it, for technology. They're there. We understand that. But we don't understand that they are really a means of communication that we need to pay attention to, not for our scientific gain, but, for us to understand who we are. Not who they are out there. They already know who they are. It's us that are having a problem here. Right? Understanding who we are, because we don't understand that symphony, that those songs that are going on out there. 15 years ago, at the State of the World Forum, we sat down and we talked. A lot of us elders. We talked about the indigenous calendar. We all talked about our calendar, and we realized that as indigenous people, we're speaking about the same calendar. We were speaking about the same calendar, and we realized that 2012 was a very significant time in our calendar. That we need to brace, that the earth is going to shift, that things are going to shift, and the animals know that. We have to pay attention to that. All of these things that are happening have to do with this period of alignment. This period, of course, isn't going to end on the year 2012. Right? 26,000 years isn't going to just change next year. Right? It actually started 23 years ago, and it'll continue 13 years after 2012. It'll be this whole period of things. In that time, right, things are changing. Right? That's why we have a 26,000 year calendar. Right? And it foretells us what's going on. What makes us indigenous people is our connection. Right? Not a connection that we create, but there's a connection that has gone on for generations and generations and generations. Right? As I sit here and I look at every single person and I try to look in your eyes, I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at your ancestors. I'm looking at who you represent, right? And that pana that you hold behind there that you may not realize or refuse to acknowledge, but it's there. We talk about the wisdom keepers. They're the ones that understand it. But all of us, all of you, right, if you really put your mind to it and look at yourself and understand who you are, you're going to start connecting with that pana. When that sun comes up, you feel something. When the moon comes up, you feel something. This is how we as Hawaiians look at, and this is how we teach our children, by sending them to the pa to learn the pana of the hula, of all these different things, the rhythm, right? The beat, the pana, the heartbeat, the secret language of the plants, the animals, and the land. All natural things.